Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video we're going to be talking about Devil May Cry 5. Now, as I've been playing through the game and working on my Platinum Trophy, especially my Hell and Hell difficulty playthrough, I stumbled across a trick in Mission 12 that let me skip like 75% of the level. Now, before I go any further, spoilers, I might have a weapon you haven't seen, or that might be a part of the game you're not up to yet. Just spoiler warning for this video in case you're trying to avoid anything spoiler related for Devil May Cry 5. So with that out of the way, in Mission 12, you're playing as Dante, and your goal is to fill a fountain full of blood. Now, normally how you're intended to do this is to go through and pick up several Nidhogg hatchlings to open up pathways, and then fight your way through a bunch of mandatory encounters, or so we thought they were, in order to make it so that you can actually reach the various blood clots and pop them. Now, I had learned to skip one of those Nidhogg hatchlings just naturally through my first playthrough. I jumped from one of the highest platforms to one of the lower platforms, and I said, man, wouldn't it be great if I could just skip this entire room? Well, after a bit of experimenting, we found out that you can. First of all, you're going to need to make sure you bring the Cavalier or the Cavalier R if you have the deluxe edition with you into this fight. You're also going to need to make sure you have at least air hike, and you're going to want Trickster leveled up so you can actually do the air dodge plus the whatever little teleport thing is, the R1 forward circle, whatever it is. So all you do is you go to any of these gargoyle looking things that are in the middle, and you double jump as you're jumping towards one, and then you do Cavalier, your back air with your Cavalier 4 times. Now you can do it a 5th time, but the amount of air you get from the 5th one is barely worth it. You start actually falling after that one, so I've decided to just go with 4. And with enough air, you can actually use your Trickster to get over, your Trickster style, to get over to the other blood gargoyles. Now, the main reason why I went out of my way to discover this is on Hell and Hell, where you die any hit that you take. On SOS, which is Son of Sparta, Dante Must Die, and Hell and Hell difficulties, there's what is supposed to be a mandatory encounter with a Fury. Now, on those difficulties, there are 2 Furies in that encounter, and I just wanted to see if there was a way I could avoid that, since I'm working on limited fumes here on that difficulty. And when we discovered this, I was mind blown that it worked. I thought maybe I was going to need the advanced Devil Trigger in order to actually make it to that point, but when I found out that I could just use the Cavalier after testing it out, oh boy. Now keep in mind, for blood clot number 2, you have the blood clot on the lowest end and the blood clot on the highest end. For the middle one, you are going to have to do a couple of encounters. On the lower difficulties, there's 2 tentacles and then a demon spawning portal. On the higher difficulties, it'll be 2 bats and a demon spawning portal. You have to do that encounter in order to reach, the blood clot. You can't go backwards from the 3rd one. It won't work, and all it'll do is force you to do an encounter you otherwise don't have to do. So hopefully this trick helps people who are struggling with the higher difficulties, who just kind of want an easier way through this, especially on Hell and Hell, where if you die 4 times, you have to start the whole level over. So this definitely helps when you're trying to get through, and you should be fine on getting an S rank on Hell and Hell even when doing this, as long as you don't take any hits during the actual boss itself. So anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you're interested in seeing some of my Hell and Hell playthrough, I'm not the most impressive Devil May Cry player, but I'm very passionate about the franchise. I have been for a long time. Let me know. We are going to be doing a little review on it probably later this week after I've had a bit more time with it. And hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. So thank you for watching this video on the Mission 12 skip, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, take care.